Alright, hopefully everything is recording. Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. This time around we're going to be talking about Nintendo games. I have never played any Nintendo games on the channel before. And I wanted to start now. So sometime in the next week or so, I'm going to be getting a Nintendo Switch 2. And I'm going to be playing a multitude of different games over the next however long I decide to do it. Probably a few years at the very least. I'm not entirely sure. But I have a few games already in my library, but there's a lot of games I need to actually sit down and buy. But I'll start with the ones that I already have. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull this up. That. Okay. So I have a few games on my current Switch, but my Switch is dead because I forgot to charge it one too many times, and now the battery just is not charging. But from what I can tell on my library history, it seems like I have 5 games currently. But I'll start with those. So I'm going to start with Super Mario Odyssey. That's going to be the very first game that I play for the channel. It's like that game has a lot of fun in it. I like collecting things. I like doing a lot of exploration and puzzle solving and platforming and all that stuff. And I really wanted to play it for the channel. I bought a capture card for it. Hopefully it works. I bought it well in advance. I didn't know if I was actually gonna stream off of the Switch or not. But I've been waiting around for the right time to do it, and now it seems to be the time. I tried playing through the beginning of Super Mario Odyssey not too long ago. Just because I was watching Matt Pat play through it. And it inspired me to want to try to branch out and try different things. And it's like the Super Mario Odyssey is the most accessible game out of the franchise on the Switch. There's a couple other Mario games that are fairly relevant at this point that I could play, that I'm probably going to play at some point. I just don't exactly know which ones I should start with. I reached out to people and I was like, hey, send me some recommendations for Switch games. But I don't exactly know. I'm gonna try my best to do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna be starting with Super Mario Odyssey, and then Pokemon. I have 2 Pokemon games that are, one's well received and one isn't. The very first Pokemon game outside of Pokemon Go, it's I played through I believe it was Pokemon Sword back in 2019, 2020. I forget exactly when the game came out, but I bought a Switch specifically for it. It was a special Sword and Shield Switch, and it was a lot of fun, but I didn't know really a whole lot about the series itself by the time I actually got into it. So I was the mechanics and all that stuff, all the things I had to relearn again. It was a lot of fun, but I just got really confused by the end of it. The story was also I've heard mixed things about the story being lackluster by people, and some people saying that it was okay, and it just it wasn't my favorite Pokemon game that I played so far, but I'll get into that in a second. But it's I really enjoyed the the wild area. It's like it felt like a very unique thing for the Pokemon series at that point. But like I said, I didn't really know anything about it. I had to do my research on it. It's like fairly frequently. But I really enjoyed it. I didn't play through Shield because it's basically the same game, except there's a couple differences here and there. But I really enjoyed the professors. The professors in that game were really fun. They were really like unique. I really enjoyed them. And I'm really excited to jump back into it. But I'm probably not going to play that first. I'm probably going to play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee first, because that's a game that, like, I really enjoyed. Like, I love Eevee. Eevee is my favorite Pokemon. It's like, that might be a cold take, but it's like, I think Eevee is the best Pokemon because of the evolutions and the, it's just like a fox Pokemon. I love foxes. Foxes are my favorite animal. And if Eevee was real, I would be so happy. Like, it's one of the reasons why I picked up specifically Let's Go Eevee instead of Let's Go Pikachu. Like, Pikachu, I think, is like an okay Pokemon. It's not my favorite Pokemon, but I really enjoyed Pikachu in the anime series. But I don't really hold a lot of sentimental value for a whole lot. My brother had a bunch of Pokemon cards that he collected for the duration of his life, but I think he's getting rid of them. But he was talking about all the trading cards and stuff, and I'm like, I never got into the trading card game. It's like, I'm more of the video game kind of guy. And Let's Go Eevee is my favorite Pokemon game that I played. But I really am excited to try to jump into it. I hope the mechanics are fairly easy to grasp, because I don't know how the motion controls work on the Switch, because I've only ever played in handheld mode. And I'm really hoping that whenever I do get around to it, I don't have any trouble, because if I do, that's not going to be any good. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get into that when it comes to pass. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyways, let's jump into the next one. Luigi's Mansion 3. 3 specifically because that was the only game that was on Switch at the time that I bought it. I think the other 2 games, like 1 and 2, I don't know about 1, but I know 2 got ported a couple years ago to Switch. I think it's like Dark Moon or something. I don't know about 1, so I'm probably only going to be playing through 2 and 3, unless I can find 1 on the eShop, but I'm not entirely sure, because it's honestly going to be dependent on how accessible it is. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3, I really enjoyed it because it kind of falls in the same vein as Super Mario Odyssey, with like the exploration and the collectibles and the like characters and all that stuff. I don't think I ever finished that game. I think I got like a good portion into it, and then I had to just stop playing. Either I got bored with it or something, but I really enjoyed it for like how much I played of it. I don't remember if I beat it, but I remember I watched Jacksepticeye play through the whole game, and that's what inspired me to actually buy Luigi's Mansion 3. And Luigi is like one of my favorite characters in the entire series of like all of the Mario games and all that stuff, like, because I feel like I'm I can relate to Luigi more than I can Mario or any of those other characters, because I'm a big old pansy when it comes to spooky stuff, and I don't think I could handle going ghost hunting, like Luigi can, even though he gets scared as well. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the puzzle solving the most out of anything, because it was a lot of like challenges and stuff. But I'm hoping, I think it might fall into the same vein of like, I don't know what the controls are going to be like on the Switch, because I never played it on a regular Switch with the Joy-Cons or any of the controllers or anything. I've only ever played it handheld mode. But I'll try to figure it out. And there's a couple other things that really drove me to actually play the game too, because I don't really know like a whole lot about the series or anything, because like I said, I've only played through 3. I never played 1 and 2 before, so it's gonna be a first time for everything at this point. But I'm really excited to jump into it when I get to it, because like I said, it was a lot of fun. And I think that's probably in my top 5 games that I played when the game came out that year. I forget when exactly it came out. Excuse me. I think it was one of my favorite games. Was it like 2018, 2019? I don't remember exactly. But when it came out, I was watching the trailers for it, and it was getting me really hyped for it. So I was very excited to jump into it. So when I'm probably gonna do full playthroughs of each of these games that I've listed so far, just because they're a lot of fun. It's like they're very highly rated, so I'm really hoping that when it does come out that people will enjoy it, because they're very long games when it comes to these things, because it's like there's so much to do and there's so little time that I have, and like along with other series that are coming out. So I'm gonna have to split my time evenly among them. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was my first Legend of Zelda game. It was like the most accessible one at the time, because I didn't grow up with like the early Nintendo consoles or anything. It's like I played through I think Super Smash Bros. Melee. We'll get to Smash Bros. In a second. But I played through Smash Bros. Melee with a neighbor of mine when I was younger. Or was it Brawl? I don't remember. It was one of those games on the GameCube. I don't remember exactly. But I don't remember which one's which. But I played through it, and that was my first kind of exposure to Nintendo games. And I think when I played through it, I played as Link. And it was... I don't really remember a whole lot about it, because I was really young at the time. I was like 6-7 years old when the game came out. That was my first exposure to any sort of Nintendo, Zelda, anything like that. When I played through Breath of the Wild, I played it all the way through. I didn't go 100% completion, because I got frustrated with it. I got all the way up to the final boss, Ganon, Calamity Ganon, and I beat him, and I really enjoyed it, because it was like I said, it was my favorite. It was my first Legend of Zelda game that I ever played, but I enjoyed it for what it was, because it was kind of a departure from what I've heard. And when I went back and I looked at all the other games, and I'm like, huh. This franchise has like evolved very heavily over the years. And then when Tears of the Kingdom got announced, I was like, it really sucks, because I wasn't in a good place to like play the game, because I was not in a good financial situation, so I couldn't buy the game. And by the time I would have gotten around to it, it was like way too late. I got spoiled. People were talking about it and all the plot points and all that stuff, and I'm like, that kind of sucks. That kind of like rubs me the wrong way. But I don't know really a whole lot about Tears of the Kingdom. But Breath of the Wild, I really enjoyed it. Like, I loved exploring. I loved the open world. I loved the story. And I heard that Ocarina of Time is being remade or remastered or something like that. I've only seen bits and pieces of the original game, like a few years ago. So I'm really excited for when that game comes out, because like Ocarina of Time is very highly praised. But I don't know about the remake. The remake might be a bit iffy. Like, people are saying good things about it. Some people are saying like some questionable things, but I'm not gonna talk about that type of stuff because I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I can't really give my opinion on it. But I really hope that I get around to it eventually, because it's really a game that I'm looking forward to when it comes out. But when it does come out, I will be one of the first people that play it. If I can get everything recording. This is all a caveat of like, if I can get it recording. Otherwise, I'm just gonna play it in my free time. And I'll just talk about it, like probably on one of these podcasts. Yeah, I'm really hoping that it exceeds expectations, because I've only heard good things about it. So anyways, let's move on to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Asterisk. I'm not good at fighting games. I'm really not. Like, when I played through the story mode, the World of Light mode, I beat it all the way through. I got all the way up to the final boss. I forget what it's called. I played through it, and I was not very good at it. It took me a really long time to actually get through it. It was one of the first games I ever played on the Switch. I think it was actually the first game. I think I got my Switch, and I bought a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate back in like 2018, 2019 when I first got the Switch. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I played through the GameCube game when I was younger, but I don't really hold a whole lot of sentimental value because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was only 6-7 years old, but when I played it, I was like, I could comprehend what was going on in the story and all that stuff. And it was a really interesting story. So I'm probably gonna play through World of Light first, and then see how it goes with seeing if I can get some people to play it with me in multiplayer or something. I don't really know. It's like, I really got emotional when Sora came out as the final DLC fighter, like, because Kingdom Hearts holds a very special place in my heart. I played through Kingdom Hearts when I was younger as well, and like, I never finished any of the games. And then I got a console, I think it was the PS3 or something like that, and like the remasters were coming out. And I was like, oh, I need to buy the collector's edition because Kingdom Hearts is a really good game. And then I bought it on the PS3, I bought it on the PS4, and then I played it on PC. And then now they're coming out with a new collection as well. I'm probably not going to buy that though, because it's pretty much the same one as the PC. But yeah, I played through that, and then I was like, I got really emotional when the final trailer came out. I don't know if I remember watching it live. I don't think I watched it live. I think I might have watched it like a few hours later after I saw it online. I was like, what? What the heck? So I watched the trailer and I bawled my eyes out. Because it was like really gratifying seeing how so many people really wanted this character to come into the game. And I like I said, I don't hold a lot of sentimental value when it comes to Nintendo games, because I've never really played a whole lot of them. I played like a handful, if that. And I really hope that when I do play it, I can grasp the controls better, I can fight like the battles better. I don't know if I have to. I'll probably have to find a copy that runs on it, but I really want to play it because I really enjoyed the story mode when it was when the game came out. So it's like Word of Light and like I forget what the flip mode is. It's like there's two sides to the coin, but I don't remember what the other one is called. There's Word of Light and then there's something else, but I forget what it is. But I never played through any of the multiplayer modes because I was not, like I said, I was not interested in the multiplayer. I was not good at the multiplayer, and I didn't have any friends. So it was like I got really close a couple years ago when my brother got married. We were gonna play through some multiplayer battles, but I don't think it ever worked out. I think the console wasn't hooking up correctly, but I'm hoping that when it does, it hooks up correctly, but we'll see. So anyways, let's move on. Like, okay, so I have a list of games that I've never played before, but I don't really know what like it entails. Like, I've only seen bits and pieces of games here and there. But let's start with the Xenoblade Chronicles series. So I've only been interested in 1 and 2. 3 doesn't really interest me, but I don't really know a whole lot about 1, but I've seen bits and pieces of 2. Pyro and Mithra are my favorite characters out of that series because, like, I like dynamic female characters that are kind of like two sides of a coin. And like Rex is also a really fun character. Gramps is a fun character. And I only really know about it because I watched the Smash Bros trailer for them. So I did my research on it, and I was watching a bunch of videos from the game because I didn't think I was ever going to play it myself. But like Shulk in 1, I believe, like has a lot to do with Pyro and Mithra as well, from what I've seen anyways. I don't know how true that is, but I don't really know a whole lot about the game other than that. But I'm really excited to play it because like JRPGs are hit or miss for me. Like they're very long, and if it has like a good cast of characters, it's probably gonna be right up my alley. But if it doesn't, I'm probably just not gonna do a full playthrough on it because, like I said, it takes me a while to get through it. When I was playing through some other JRPGs, I was like, I wasn't really getting invested in the character development and like the story and all that stuff, so I just stopped playing it. A good example is Nier Automata. I got like a couple hours into that game and I was not enjoying it because the combat was really slow, like the exploration was really slow. So like I didn't really like the repetitiveness of it, and I feel like there was a lot to like fully grasp onto that I wasn't grasping onto. So I'm really hoping that when I do play Xenoblade Chronicles, hopefully I can get through each and every single one of the games. I think there's another one, like Xenoblade Chronicles X or something. I don't really know. I didn't really do my due diligence or anything about that, but I only know 1, 2, and 3. 3 is coming out later this year on the Switch 2, so I'm gonna wait until all the games are available. I think 1 and 2 are already available. I think 2 came out like a week or 2 ago, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into it when it does come out because, like I said, it's been on my radar for a very long time. It's like a few years at the very least. I don't know, but anyways, let's move on to, let's see, what do we want to talk about next? Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, let's talk about that. I've only seen bits and pieces here and there. I've heard that it's very highly praised for the game itself and like the characters and all that stuff. But I don't really know a whole lot about the Paper Mario series. It's like a new game, the Origami King came out a couple years ago, and that kind of like opened my like eyes to the series for the very first time, because I've only heard like whispers of the Paper Mario series, and Thousand Year Door I think got remade a couple years ago as well. So that's probably going to be one of the very first games that I play, because I really love like 2D art styles in like a 3D environment. It's right up my alley. I love those types of games. It's like I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've only heard very good things about it. I don't know about the remake. The remake might be like questionable. I've only heard good things about the original game. I'm really hoping that when I do get around to it, like it'll blow me away, because like I said, the original game is highly praised. I'm hoping that the one that's available to me is gonna be good as well. I saw a bunch of reaction videos when the game got announced for the Switch. I think I was watching Alpharad react to it, and he was like losing his mind or something. I don't remember. It could have been somebody else. I don't remember, but I could have sworn it was him. But I really want to play it. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the story or anything. I've seen, I forget what the one character's name is. It's like a Goomba character. It's like a female Goomba or something. I don't know if that's Thousand Year Door or Origami King. I could be wrong about that. I could have sworn there was a character like that though. And it made me laugh, I think, when I saw it for the first time, because it's like, you don't expect Goombas to be friendly, you know? So, I'm really hoping that the game is fun to play, and the puzzle solving and all that stuff, and the exploration is going to be fun. Because Mario games, it's like, I've only played through Mario Odyssey, and I played through a little bit of Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, and the All-Star Collection a few years ago when that came out. I didn't really ever beat them. I think I might have beaten Galaxy. I didn't beat Sunshine. I didn't beat 64. Maybe I'll play them sometime. I don't know. It's not on my short list at the moment. But I'll probably get to it eventually when I get around to it. Like I said, I have a lot of games I need to go through. I really am going to try my best to get around to as many as I can. But anyways, let's do one more that I have written down. Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's like, I kind of missed the boom on that back in COVID. Like I said before, I was not in a good financial situation at that time. I was kind of like bouncing from place to place. I didn't have the money. I didn't have anything to afford new Nintendo games, because Nintendo games are very expensive. They never really go on sale unless you buy them physically, like at like a GameStop or something. Because I think I bought my Super Mario Odyssey copy at like a Target or something. It was like $40 compared to the $60 on the eShop. I'm probably going to be buying a lot of games digitally. It's like, a lot of people have raised a big stink over physical versus digital games. It's like, I've never really been a collector over the course of my life. I bought physical games in the past, but it's like, I don't really hold like a lot of sentimental value for it unless it's like a collector's edition. So I just like, I don't really care if I buy my games digitally. It's like, I play on Steam, and that's an entire digital library. So it's like, Like, if my games ever disappear, it's like, it's not the end of the world or anything, I don't think, in my opinion. That might be a very hot take, but it's like, I didn't really care for it. So it's like, when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, I was gonna buy it digitally eventually, but by the time I got around to it, it was like, kind of too late, you know? It's like, it was kind of like, past the pandemic era, and like, not a whole lot of people were playing it. But there's a first time for everything. And like New Horizons, or like any Animal Crossing game really, like in that vein, is kind of like up my alley. Like, I love life sim games. Like I like games that are like kind of just like you build like an island or a town or something, and like you get a bunch of characters coming in and out. And you can explore other people's islands. It's that's right up my alley. So I'm really hoping that when I do play it, if I do play it, these are all caveats, and I don't know if I'm actually gonna do full playthroughs on this or one-off videos, but Animal Crossing New Horizons has been on my radar for a very long time, like 6 years or something since the game came out, which is a long time to wait, but better time than never. That's what I'm saying. So I'm ready to jump into these games when I get around to them, because like these games are like a lot of fun. It's like a lot of these games are like I don't want to say family friendly games, because some of them aren't really family friendly, but a lot of them are just fun games that you can sit down and just enjoy throughout. Has good stories, has a lot of characters, a lot of different ups and downs, challenges, all that stuff. So New Horizons is probably going to get a decent mileage out of it, no pun intended, because that game's all about miles and stuff, right? Like collecting stuff, going from island to island. Yeah, I'm really excited to jump into it, but that'll come probably in the next week or so. I don't know when. I'm hoping by the weekend, by Saturday or Sunday. I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be dependent on whether or not I can buy it this weekend. And then I have to buy a bunch of games anyways. But that'll come when it comes. So bear with me and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna end this podcast here. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm not good with outros, so I'll catch you in the next one.